You guys are here to see the new comic book day pull list. So let's get into it. We got 8 pulls on the pull list. You guys see, first week of March. This is new comic book day from March 4th. 8 pulls for a total of $39.92. Let me know down in the comments, what are you interested in picking up for this new comic book day? And if I miss anything in particular, I definitely want to know. Alright, but let's get into it. What would be the pick of the week? We got the finale to DCKO. I think my pick of the week, though, would be Absolute Superman number 17. This arc is so good, with Juan Ferrara on the art. We got Parasite invades Metropolis. Superman must save Metropolis from being devoured by his most terrifying enemy yet, the all-consuming Parasite. While the happiest man in the Absolute Universe, a simple family man named Lex Luthor, receives a fateful visitor. We know that visitor to be Brainiac. Crazy stuff there. We'll have to see how that story thread kind of progresses. But yeah, new kind of villain getting introduced. The absolute version of Parasite. And I don't know if you guys saw, Juan Ferrara put up like previews on the art for this issue. We got Jimmy. His eyes are going like all crazy because the Parasite virus is like all, I don't know, it's like all gooey. It's like cybernetic. Like it looks crazy. Let's see. Yeah, we get a little hint of it here on the cover. So potentially Absolute Superman teaming up with Absolute Hawkman to take out this version of Parasite. Pretty exciting stuff there. Let's get into the second thing I'm most excited for the week. Dude, Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees Rite of Spring. So that's going to conclude this series from Patrick Horvath. The series finale. This is the sequel series to Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees. This is called Rite of Spring. So you're definitely going to read that first volume before you read this one. But that last issue ended off in such a crazy way that I cannot wait to see how Patrick Horvath follows it up. The events of the previous issue are so incredibly wild that we actually can't type anything here without it being a major spoiler, but you won't want to miss the conclusion to Patrick Horvath's epic follow-up to Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees. Excellent stuff. I mean, this is just some of the best stuff coming out of the horror side of comic books for sure. I think Patrick Horvath, it's got this anthropomorphic, character and worlds, but the art style is just like you see on the covers. Very storybook kind of look. So it being a horror comic, very off-putting, I will say. So yeah, great stuff from Patrick Horvath. Really excited to see how this one concludes. If you guys aren't picking up Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees, you definitely should. So let's talk about DCKO number 5. The final battle for the Heart of Apocalypse in the melee that started with dozens of heroes and villains vying for the chance to win the ultimate power in the universe. Now only one remains. But to truly be crowned King Omega, you must battle more than the obstacles in your path. You must battle yourself. It's the finale to end all finales as the one true champion is crowned. The fate of all that lives hangs in the balance, and a shocking decision will bring the DC Universe to the next level. We would type more, but honestly, anything else is a spoiler. So suit up, get ready, and leap into the final round. All the DCKO tie-ins have been leading to this. I think the event so far has been really strong. It's been really fun. And it's been really well mapped out from Scott Snyder, Josh Williamson, and the gang. Looks like in this one we get art from Wes Craig, from Zermanico, who is over there on the Green Lantern title. He's killing it over there. Javier Fernandez, who I believe has been the series interior artist so far. And then Alejandro Sanchez on the colors. I'm excited for DCKO to conclude. Let me know how you guys are feeling about DCKO, because I think it's sick. I think it's really cool. If you're waiting on a trade, I think it's going to be a really fun trade. Let's talk about Batman number 7. Dude, the first arc for Jorge Jimenez and Matt Fraction's Batman series, I thought it was so sick. So it looks like Batman is going to be beckoned to Arkham Towers by the mysterious man in room 10. Nothing will prepare him for who he finds there. Some might call him the Cape Crusader's arch nemesis. Others might call him Batman's best friend. Everyone calls him the Joker. Look at the cover. The Joker's coming back. We know the Joker is getting reintroduced into the story. Looks like featuring a stunning follow-up that takes you inside the mind of the Joker. So maybe a little backup story potentially. Blood and Money starts here. So new arc starting up. If you're looking to jump onto the Batman title, this is not a bad place to start. So Batman, Matt Fraction, Jorge Jimenez, just keeping it going. I'm interested about this little Joker. I'm usually like, okay, Jokered out. Like, all right, let's tone it down. We have too many Joker stories, but it's been a while since the Joker's been like a main player in DC. Like, maybe it is time to bring him back, and I'm excited to see Matt Fraction's new take on the Joker, right? So some virgin variant there for the Batman symbol. Jorge Jorge Jimenez corner box spoil virgin variant. A lot of cool stuff, like David Aja has been doing a lot of cool variants for this series. But yeah, Batman issue 7, continuing a really fun Batman series from Matt Fraction and Jorge Jimenez. What are we talking about next? Let's talk about Batgirl number 17. Guys, big change, okay? Cassandra Cain Batgirl has the power to control blood, all right? So that's been going on in the last couple issues or whatever. She's been fighting off like the blood. So it says a changed Cassandra Cain returns to Gotham. Spinning directly out of the events of DCKO, Batgirl is back in Gotham City when she wakes up with the twisted metahuman abilities of the blood. The power to wield and control her blood like a weapon. But her Bat family reunion is cut short when she is forced to ascend Wu Corp, that's like Wu-Tang, shout out Wu-Tang. Wu Corp Tower to confront her blood relatives for answers and a reversal for this curse. Cassandra Cain has leveled up, or is it a level down? The perfect jumping on point for new readers of this hit series as the Curse of the Blood begins here. Great jumping on point, like they said, Curse of the Blood starts here. This is Batgirl returning to Gotham City, and we're hoping that Tate Bromwell can bring us back to where that first arc was, because the first arc of Batgirl, I'm telling you guys, it was so good. It was like can't miss comics. They stepped it down a little bit when they did Shiva Year 1. I was like, okay, cool. They stepped it back up a little bit in the last arc, but I'm really just hoping they can bring us back to that first arc. It was so good. Miyazawa on the art. Tate Bromwell really impressing me as a writer, coming off of Everything Dead and Dying, the zombie series out of Image. So yeah, I'm looking forward to Batgirl, a new era for Batgirl potentially. So yeah, really cool stuff there. Absolute Flash number 12. Now I know that a lot of people have dropped this title. I don't blame you guys at all. It was a little bit slow to start, but I would say around like issue like 8, they really started picking it up, and now it's like, okay, cool. I think Jeff Lemire is really in his element. Nick Robles is killing it on the art. They even have great guest artists like A.L. Kaplan as well. So let's read the solicit real quick. Can Fort Fox be saved? Wally must face his demons in order to save Fort Fox. But when the dust settles, what is the future of the Flash? I believe this concludes arc number 2. So yeah, maybe next issue would be a good jumping on point if you guys are looking to jump on. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's really like the relationship between Wally and then you got this version of Gorilla Grodd. They're like best buddies, and I just think that's such a smart change. I'm just all about that. So yeah, Flash number 12, Absolute Flash. We're going to keep it going. Looking forward to that one. I think there's only two more comics to talk about for the week of March 4th. New comic book day. We have Question, Batman, Green Arrow. Batman, Green Arrow, Question. One of those orders. Arcadia issue 3. I am on the record saying I didn't really like issue number 1. I think that now that I finished, as of recording this, as of going live right now, I finished the Question Omnibus by Cohen and O'Neill. So I think that I might like this series a lot more if I go back to it. So I plan for Batman, Green Arrow, and the question is to reread issues number 1, 2, and 3, like 1 and 2 on the app, and then read 3 when it comes out tomorrow. And hopefully I like it a lot more, because I really like the art, very much that Silver Age, Cohen kind of inspired artwork, but the story I just wasn't like the biggest fan of. So we'll give it another shot for sure. I'm usually a fan of DC Black Label stuff. And then, with that being said, I think the last comic for New Comic Book Day, March 4th, is Nice House by the Sea, issue 8. So we know that this isn't going to make any sense if you haven't been reading the series, but one of the houses, right, the Nice House by the Sea, they're going to war with the Nice House on the Lake House. Okay, so the people on the lake, they don't really know that the people on the sea are coming after them, but they are. They're coming after them. So we'll have to see if they can get out of this situation. It says the house invaded. The invasion of the Nice House on the Lake has begun. Shots have been fired. The walls have been breached. And for some reason, the stars have gone missing from the night sky. Terrifying. Absolutely terrifying. If you read the last issue, there's all this like body horror elements. And yeah, the people from the Nice House by the Sea, they're like real big control freaks. They're going to try to go after the Nice House on the Lake to try to be the last one standing. And it's really scary stuff from James Tynion IV. Alvaro Martinez Bueno and Jordi Belair, of course, on the colors. Excellent creative team on this one. So, yeah, shout out to all of them. But I think with that being said, that's like my new favorite phrase recently. With that being said, I gotta stop saying that. But we have all the comic books we're pulling for. March 4th, New Comic Book Day. 8 things on the pull list. A great week for comics. Let me know what you're most excited for down in the comments. And while you're down there, like if you like, sub if you love, really helps out the channel. If you hype it, if you really like it. That helps out especially. So yeah, shout out to everyone for joining for another comic book pull list. For those that don't know, New Comic Book Weekly is a live show that I do every single Monday at 4 p.m. Eastern. I get into it with the chat and we talk all about comic book stuff. I talk about that current week's pull list. I talk about the previous week's comic book reviews, and then we do a big topic this past week. The big topic was all the new comic book series starting in March. Had a great time talking about it with the chat, with Pizza Punk. We got Derek Seaborn, we got Paul Dev, we got Biggest Barda. Of course, we also have The Coaster Cave, we got Borderland, we got Javier Hernandez, Stay OTR. A lot of people joining for New Comic Book Weekly, and you can be just like them every single Monday at 4 p.m. Eastern, man. So yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thank you guys for watching, and yeah, I really appreciate it.